If you open up God's Word from beginning to end, it is action-adventure, isn't it? And there is nothing mundane about our Christian faith. There really isn't. Friends, I think God is calling all of us to take a chance, to risk something for God, just to get out of our comfort level. And so when we respond to God's invitation, our need for God becomes incredibly heightened. When we take a God-sized challenge, our self-sufficiency is no longer an option. But now God's calling us to move to Panama and start these multi-ethnic international churches. And let me just tell you the background about that. The migration of people groups around the world is shifting. Of the 7.5 or 7 billion people in the world, about 80% of those are moving to the largest urban centers in the world. And Panama is one of these targets. Now, why is that? Well, all these internationals that are moving, they're called expatriates, they're moving and they speak English. That's the common language of commerce and banking and trade. I didn't know this a year ago, so maybe this is news to you. The other commonality that they have is they need to hear about Jesus Christ. Some of the countries that they're coming out of are closed to the gospel. That means a missionary could not go into their country. It's forbidden, it's illegal. There's no open door there. So now they're coming to places like Panama, and God is calling us to plant churches to reach them so they can go back to their native countries with the gospel, discipled men and women for Christ. Panama is a city of 1.2 million people. It's growing at a rate of 12%. And so it's just sprung up. The embassy, it employs 5,000 people, U.S. Embassy. The Canadian Embassy employs 10,000. There's all these different people groups, and it's just amazing what God is doing. And they need to hear about Jesus Christ, and they want to hear about Him. They just don't have a place to meet. There is no international church in Panama City. It's a total new work. And so this IBC, the International Baptist Convention, has international churches, about, I'm not sure how many, but they've been around 50 years. They've partnered with Converge. That's our larger organization. We have some expertise in church planting. They have expertise in international churches. And so they've partnered together. We're also partnering with Campus Crusade for Christ and other organizations. It truly is becoming this partnership. And so that is the exciting thing. You can make an impact globally, impacting Panama, because the nations are coming in. Some of these people that are coming in are from closed countries. I couldn't go to their country, but now the gospel is going to be brought to them in Panama because they're willingly being in Panama. And many nations are going to be reached for Christ. So it starts with prayer. This is about real prayer. What is real prayer about? It means that you are interceding for people, that you're praying for your church, you're praying for your pastor, you're praying for the global mission that your church is engaged in. And it could be, it's just being part of our prayer team members. So sign up. We have a sign-up sheet and our little prayer cards. It also means dollars. Support what God is doing in Panama financially. It's amazing how much a missionary costs. It is. I can't be a tent maker, which means I can't get a part-time job in Panama. It means that we have to rely on the full support of partners, team members that do that. So just help send us and then come with us. Now, I have to tell you, if you get in the game of short-term missions, you see how the rest of the world operate. You see the poverty. You see the openness to the gospel. Start praying about 2011, 2012. Come to Panama on a short-term mission trip just for about a week. You could start saving now. You could start doing some fundraisers. But just talk to us about that adventure. Help Christ's mission in Panama. Make an impact. Make a difference in the nations. You may be like that armor bearer that's not named. You may not be named. You may not get any recognition on this side of heaven, but our reward's in heaven.